My joke didn't make the game do any worse. My firing didn't make the game do any better. So really, the only thing that the harassment campaign succeeded in was sucking all the joy out of my life. So I guess that's a W.
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the unbelievably unforgettable Dr. Disaster, and I am struggling to get to the topics of this video without laughing my ass off. Sucker Punch and their defenders have tried so hard to convince gamers that Ghost of Yotei isn't woke, but it seems like Sucker Punch just couldn't help themselves. They came up with an ending to Ghost of Yotei that is so on the nose woke that I dare you to try not to laugh out loud when you hear it.
You're on.
Alright now, I'm going to show it to you in a second here, but keep in mind the context that this is the actress who plays the main character in the game. She is openly queer and makes that the majority of her personality, and also keep in mind that the other day, IGN was ragging on Sony for telling the same story over and over, and it looks like they were right, because as you can see from the video that I have playing here, it looks like Ghost of Yotei is recycling the ending of The Last of Us 2, with Atsu's story ending with her raising a kid together with another lesbian. No wonder all of the shills defending this game don't want to talk about the story. Instead, they focus on stupid shit, like being able to cut grass with your sword, go fishing, or ride your horse around with a beautiful mountainous backdrop. And to all of the people bragging about that crap, my dudes, I was doing that shit back in 1998 with Ocarina of Time. Sure, the graphics are better now, but really, anyone who has been playing video games for longer than 5 minutes looks at the stuff that they're showing off and we say,
I don't give a rat's ass.
So, with all of that in mind, it really is no wonder why we still haven't heard any official sales data as of the time of this recording from Sony or Sucker Punch surrounding this game. As more and more of the story from this game comes out, the more we learn that they were really making this for the modern audience, and it becomes very hard to imagine that word of mouth, which is what a game banks on after the launch weekend finishes and the marketing campaign peters out, but it's hard to imagine that word of mouth is going to be doing them any favors.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
I know.
Alright me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel recently, so make sure you look into that, and also give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1, and if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. In any case, let's take a look at some more information concerning the recent release of Ghost of Yotei. The defenders of this game are either seriously desperate or they don't have fully functional eyeballs or brains. I suppose that it could be all of that combined, but this just hit my social media feed several times in the past few hours. The r/Ghost of Tsushima page over on Reddit was talking about Ghost of Yotei, and here they wrote,
Jin was sarcastic too sometimes, but Atsu is sarcastic and very hot. I never knew I would be crushing over a game character after Lara Croft, Ada Wong, and Bayonetta.
And I've gotta ask, what effing universe are you from, my dude? Seriously, Erika Ishii is the opposite of attractive to the vast majority of people. I suppose there's a Ken for every Barbie out there, but putting this character on a pedestal alongside the likes of Bayonetta or Lara Croft without even mentioning Eve from Stellar Blade is astonishing, and the most likely case scenario is that this person probably didn't even like Stellar Blade and didn't like Eve. They'd probably say that that character was for gooners or something. But if you told 90% of women that they look like Erika Ishii, even if you said it in a complimentary tone of voice, they would be offended or they would be lying. Asmongold actually talked about this idea in one of his recent videos, and he makes a pretty good point.
There is no audience benefit to having an ugly female protagonist. I'm sorry. There's not. Nobody wants it. Nobody advocates for it. And if you think that's not true, go ahead and next time you see one of the girls that are talking about how good these characters look, give them a compliment and tell them that they look like this character. You'll see them switch up real quick. You'll get blocked.
Running era of grief.
yeah.
We know that the studio will be taking on the sci-fi realm next with Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
You look like Lizzo, yeah, the Lizzo thing, yeah, exactly. Lizzo's so beautiful. Okay, well, you look like Lizzo. What the fuck's wrong with you? Exactly. No, I don't. Why? What's bad about that? I thought she was beautiful.
But yeah, we still don't have any official word yet as to how well Ghost of Yotei fared over the weekend, and I personally am waiting with bated breath. The only thing I expect of these numbers for sure is that the game will not have done what a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima should have done. It will not have blown that game's sales numbers out of the water. If it had, they would have already told us by now. I expect that sometime in the next few days, they will drop the sales figures with some sort of a spin being used by all the game journalists to make it seem like Yotei is somehow performing amazingly well, kind of like when Assassin's Creed Shadows touted their player count numbers rather than talk about sales figures. But when we dig into the data, we will almost certainly learn that Yotei has underperformed compared to its predecessor and compared to expectations. That is what I expect to happen sometime in the next few days as the desperation becomes more palpable from the people out there who want to own the chuds on this subject. But this post here has just surfaced from that now ex-Sucker Punch developer who was fired right before the game launched. This person said,
"As it turns out, my joke didn't make the game do any worse. My firing didn't make the game do any better. So really, the only thing that the harassment campaign succeeded in was sucking all the joy out of my life. So I guess that's a W."
And you know what? Yes, getting this person fired and sucking all the joy out of her life was definitely a W. After all, this is the shit right here that this person posted on Blue Sky right after Charlie Kirk was killed, joking about hoping that the killer's name was Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. And of course, she was referencing another left-wing psychopath who killed someone, and his name was Luigi Mangione. But I take issue with a couple of things from this statement. First of all, we do know that the supposed joke that this person said on social media made the game perform worse. There are certainly at least some people out there who were not paying attention to Ghost of Yotei beforehand, who were planning to buy the game, or at least were considering buying the game, but they won't touch it now. She's probably right that the firing didn't help the game perform better, and we definitely consider it a W that the joy was sucked out of the life out of this soulless ghoul, in the same way that this idiot is proudly bragging about punching Nazis in the name of her Blue Sky account these days. I am similarly enthusiastic about ruining the careers of horrible human beings who celebrate death. But another thing about her statement statement here, I don't view it as a harassment campaign at all. People pointed out that she was a wretched person, and we called for her firing. That is hardly harassment. We have simply learned that this is the way that things are done from the progressives out there who modeled this behavior for us. They happily went out of their way to get normal people in trouble for innocuous shit. Never forget that these same D-bags tried to get this little boy in trouble last year for dressing up like this when he went to a Kansas City Chiefs game. I have no pity for these jackasses, no remorse at all. If anything, quite frankly, I get angrier at them every day as their words spur on more violence. And I really hope that when these numbers come out for Ghost of Yotei, I hope it shows that pushing back against this crap has made a difference. And I think that's what we're gonna see, because the more we learn about the story, the less I can see normal gamers wanting to play this. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your contempt for these people into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.